FitMC. What's going on, everybody? This is Fit, and I have a few things I want to talk about today regarding 2B2T, but first, I gotta get these sponges out of here. In supreme lag. This is gonna be super fun, I can already tell.
Preparing the Krabby Patty! Now that we've covered all the basics of your training, it's time for the moment you've been waiting for. May I please take your order?
Finally! Holy shit! That took way too long. But that's what I get for playing at the same time Rusher is. So, to bring you up to speed on current events, basically every time Rusher or one of the Archon goons logs in these days, some of the old players activate a lag machine in order to bring the TPS way down, which is actually what you see me experiencing right now. The idea was it's going to, one, stop a lot of the players from surviving at spawn if they're just coming in brand new, but two, it stops Rusher from being able to build his base. Now, I'm just doing some basic digging, so it doesn't really harm me that much, but I know he's been having some real trouble building. I mean, I saw his video. That cave he built took him 2 hours just to build. Well, that's what happens when a lot of people on the server don't want you there. Now, you're also probably wondering, why am I doing so many videos on me just building Fitlantis? Well, a few reasons. First of all, I want to show you the entire process because you've seen tons and tons of beautiful builds on 2B2T, but you've never seen the process of them being built, and it's not something that happens overnight. I want to be able to show you what it really looks like, having to dig down, dig out these big holes, having to dig and lag. It's a serious undertaking, but it's a very rewarding process in the end. Second reason, Vault is currently down for maintenance, so I'm not sure when the Vault Curator plans to bring it back up, but until he does, I can't offer any other tours on Vault. Another reason is spawn has become so desolate, there's no rushers there at the moment, like almost none. That's why I even put out that quote-unquote advertisement for 2B asking people to join, because I need people to kill. It's not fun being at spawn, because there's nothing there right now. I mean, yeah, you can explore, but, people don't want to see that. They want to see the killing. So that's why I haven't been at spawn lately. I also haven't been on my alt either, because right now my alt is my mule. My alt account is storing so many valuables for me right now, it's just in no shape to go anywhere. I mean, it's got my horse, it's got my full spawn PvP gear, it's got duped player heads, duped wither heads, tons of diamond blocks, beacon blocks, you name it. So that alt is out of commission right now. Now, something I've wanted to mention. The fourth incursion. A lot of you have been asking what's been going on. Well, honestly, I think it's safe to say that the fourth incursion itself is finally over. Now, the reason that is, now I'm not saying the war is over. I'm just saying that the incursion has ended. One, there's no one left to fight. All of our major enemies that came to us at spawn, willing to fight, have just sort of disappeared or they've been defeated. We haven't really seen much of them since. And a lot of them have also just started going out to explore. They're no longer at spawn anymore. Second of all, the suicide bombers. We cannot operate at spawn when we are under constant threat of suicide bombing. And that's not just for our side, that was for every side had a problem with that. It was getting ridiculous. We also can't even safely operate in the nether anymore because of bed bombers. So literally, end crystals and nether beds completely changed the PvP meta on 2B2T. Completely changed it. Now, even the most experienced players can be taken out in one hit. So that really was a thorn in our side. Yet another reason why the incursion ended is because Sato just kind of disappeared off of 2B2T. No one's really seen or heard from him since he left. And since he was one of the major leaders of the incursion, everything kind of just fell apart after he left. Some people have seen him post on the subreddit, but that's the only activity people have seen from him, so it's very unusual. But we've seen this from Sato in the past, so who knows when he'll finally come back to 2B2T. He'll come back when he's ready, and we'll welcome him back when he does. Now, speaking of the incursion, Sun Wukong actually has a bounty placed on his head by Rusher now, which I think is hilarious because he feels he's the only one responsible for the lag machines, but that's actually not true. We have a lot of old players that have built lag machines to try and stop the rushers, and they seem to be working pretty well because unless you have god tools like we do, mining is almost impossible. So like right now, I'm able to still mine this place out because I've got god tools. But if I was using a stone pickaxe, oh, this would take forever. Now let's talk about what my plan of action is going to be once I finish Fitlantis. Now, I have no idea how long I'm going to be here building this base. It could be another week or so, maybe even more, depending on how often I can get on to build. But eventually, I will head back to spawn. I will do tours of other bases. But like I said, ever since Aureus was destroyed, I needed to build a new base for myself. And I wanted to build it alone for now because I didn't want to put any of my old friends in danger anymore. Just by me being at a base puts that base in danger because there's always been plenty of people on this server that want me dead in-game. So I didn't want to put any of my base mates at risk anymore. So that's why I came out here alone. But anyway, eventually, and I'm saying in the future, eventually I might start inviting people to Fitlantis. Maybe turn it into a group base, but I would have to be very, very careful about who I invite. Because this would be the first time I'd be inviting people with my new, I guess you could say YouTuber status. So who knows how people's opinions have changed over the past few months. But this trip to make Fitlantis has actually been quite relaxing for me on 2B. For once, I'm not focused on fighting. I don't even have my PvP gear with me. I'm just out here relaxing. I get to go fishing for my XP to repair my mending stuff. Like, I get to finally take a breather for a while. Nobody knows where I am. This location is secret for now. I can finally breathe easy for a while. You know, and I'm going to make something really great here. And then eventually, once this place is done, and I feel it's big enough, the base is big enough, I'll have it put on Project Vault. And then who knows, I might just publicly release the chords eventually just for shits and giggles, you know? I'm coming to terms with the way of thinking that Oremonger used to have, and he still does to this day. You know, there was always something very zen-like about Oremonger. He could get griefed and griefed and griefed. his bases would get blown up and blown up and blown up, but yet he would still continue on. And it didn't even really affect him that much. You know, I'm really trying to get into that mindset of just whatever I build one day will be destroyed. And doing all these base tours, looking at the destruction that's happened to them, it sort of made me realize it's time for me to make some ruins. The ruins of the future that maybe one day other players are going to find. I don't know, it's just... It's bio-digital jazz, Zen-like, man. Too deep for me. Well, anyway, that's all I have to say about current events. As current events continue to unfold on 2B, I'll keep you updated. But for now, I'm just digging. So thanks again for watching. If you haven't already, if you want more 2B2T updates, make sure to subscribe. That's right. I just asked people to subscribe. Look at me. I'm a real YouTuber now. But anyway, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time. Hopefully. Unless you're a rusher, in which case, I will find you, and I will kill you.